exact same, pretty much.
Oh, I literally had like braids 2 months ago. I just got sick of it over the pandemic. I just shaved it off. Like it was my sporadic like Christmas break activity.
I was like, I was like stalking your internet profile or something, Xander, and I saw that you
Mm,
like bleached your hair, like you just buzzed it
yeah,
and bleached it.
yeah. I buzzed and bleached it. Yeah.
They look good. Buzz cuts, like it doesn't really get better than buzz cuts.
No,
That's
it's kind of a look. I've hated them my whole life, and then I was like, I'm gonna get a buzz cut, and I just did it, and it was honestly the greatest decision. Like not having to worry about my hair after having to redo my braids like every 3 to 4 weeks. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Buzz cuts. What are you doing with your hair now? Are you?
my hair now,
Hmm.
I'm just growing it out.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just in this like awkward middle stage where it's like not short but not long, where it's like fro-ish. So I honestly wear a hat like every day.
Mini fro alert.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to like Abraham's level, and then I'll do something with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Oh, we're live. Hey.
What's your hair number?
my hair number.
I don't know what it's called. Like,
No, I know what you're talking about. Oh, I forgot. I think mine is like I'm not curly fully. I'm like in between like curly and wavy, something like that.
Whoa,
I don't
what's
know
the
what.
difference? I thought they were the same. No, I don't know. I don't know anything about hair.
I really know too. I think it's like I honestly don't know. I'm not gonna talk out of pocket here. Like just trying to act like a hair expert because I bleached my hair once. Like I'm not gonna do
Well, no one's
that.
gonna be pressed. No one's gonna be pressed.
no, everybody on the internet will come for you
You
if you
never know.
think
Yeah,
of
you don't even know what type of hair you like. B11. I don't know. How does it work?
I thought it goes up to 4.
Oh yeah, I honestly, yeah, I really, yeah. Okay, it goes up to 4. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
B11.
B11.
There's more, bro.
Like that's like beyond straight. That's like you're in zigzag at that point. Something I have no clue. Or maybe that's too curly. I have no clue. In all honesty.
I thought the number was like how thick your hair is.
How do you know how thick your hair is? Just like a single
How
strand.
follicles per inch.
It's how it's like
I'm gonna take
that.
a ruler to my head and like measure a square inch.
You measure a square inch and then you count every hair in that square inch.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, totally.
Theme song in 40 seconds, bro.
Theme song in 40 seconds.
What's the theme? Who made the theme song?
Steve made it in
Steve.
5 minutes. He was our first guest. He's also Kevin's roommate. He made it in
Okay.
like 5 minutes. Like we were like just sitting around like this, and he was like, "I'm gonna make a theme song."
Skill.
It's
Hey, that's skills. You know.
it's
I'm
hard.
I'm trying to get to that point. Maybe we can link up. I can DJ this music at
Play cut out model.
I
Unlock the swag.
It's
It's
a
fire.
nice
It's fire. It's fire.
You just have to
wavy
send me that.
indie rock.
It's like no, that's like the slow dance song, kind of. I don't
Huh?
know.
It's like the slow jam. You know, you're like getting into it, kind of feeling the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. And then people be like, "Yo, who is this?" And you'd be like, "Yo, keyboard dog." Anyways,
Keyboard yeah.
pack their bags and just leave.
Is it still like?
And
Oh my god! I bit my lip like really slow for dramatic effect, and like that was like 3 seconds before like the meeting went live, and so it's just like the very beginning of this episode is just me biting my lip as
You
slow.
drawn
wait, like
you
the
drawing
lights,
people in.
like the light skin.
Yeah,
The light skin lip bite.
the light skin lip bite.
August.
It's a bad
August,
habit. I'm sorry.
I just
I'll do it
can't help
again.
it.
All right, I think we started. We started. I think the short card already played, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're literally live.
Okay. Hello to everybody in the audience. Welcome to Unlock the Swag. My name's Kevin Zhang.
I'm August Escandon, the other host of the show, and today we're here with my childhood hero, Xander. Introduce yourself, please.
Okay. Hi, I'm Xander. I am a student at the New School in New York City. I'm currently a junior and I study culture and media as well as film production. So nice little thing on that side. And then also I do some fashion stuff on shoots. I DJ at times. I'm multifaceted, I'd like to say.
Hey, we love it. Um, Xander, what else do they call you? Like you got any nicknames, childhood nicknames that never stuck? Stuck?
Well, I guess Xander would be like my primary nickname because my full name is Alexander, but I have gone by like Zans, like Zan's dope, like a bunch of these names. Like it's just anything like a variant of Zan or like X, just stuff like that.
All right, say less, say less.
How do you say your last name? Because I've like never been sure.
Yeah, if how long has it been and you still don't know my last name?
Probably been like 10 years.
Yeah, and we'll let it slide, but Nazon is, or like if you do the Nazon is like the American way, but if you talk to my dad, he'd be like Nazon, like that because we're, yeah, because it's like part French or whatever.
Um, pronoun check. What are your pronouns?
I go by he him.
Me as well.
Me, 3.
Thrice.
Yes. Okay, Xander has told us he can answer any question. So, like, we're calling on our audience today to help us ask hard questions that maybe Xander won't be able to answer.
That require a lot of brain capacity.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
All right. So tell us about your fashion. What do you do for that?
I guess in terms of fashion, the main things I've done is I've done styling for a few shoots of just people I know or like friends. And then I've also have a bit of retail experience in um, stores like Uniqlo, and then this running company called On, and I've done a bit of styling and shooting for them too. So
A word. Damn.
On running on?
yeah, it's called On. Yeah, it's like a Swedish-based company. It's kind of funny. I worked there as a sales associate for like a month before they fired me, but
Oh
Nice.
damn.
that's like a whole other story to go into that I won't like behind that company. We don't need to touch on that.
Okay, we're moving on.
Who are your fashion inspirations?
Um, I feel like it's kind of changed over time as I've grown up. I feel like when I first got in the fashion game, if you want to um, I like the obvious choices like ASAP was huge. Who else was big at the time that I remember? I really loved like Blondie McCoy
Hmm.
and like Lucas Sabat. Those were like the three when I started at, like super young. Now over time, I feel like I've kind of just gained my own style, and like I'll look at cues from other celebrities and be like, oh, I like that outfit and stuff. But I'll never like I wouldn't be like, oh, this is like my idol, and I want to dress exactly like them because I feel like I've got to the point where like I kind of just want to dress for myself.
Yeah, that's true. It does work like that. Uh, yeah, I agree.
How would you describe the way that you dress for yourself?
Um, I think it depends on the day. My friends will call me like a vampire because half the week I'm legit wearing like leather pants and like all black. Um, but I like to switch it up. Sometimes I'll go like preppy or yeah, like vintage. I still like love a pair of like ripped up jeans or just like a vintage tee and some sneaks on the bottom. So it really just depends on like the occasion and kind of like the weather and the mood of the day.
Oh,
You
Emily,
good, bro?
Emily's
Like
asking some bangers. I was just like, wow. This one's a banger. How do you think your cultural background and upbringing have impacted your sense of style slash self?
Okay. See, the really strange thing is, um, I feel like it almost feel like it hasn't really. My dad is Haitian and my mom is from Saint Vincent, so they're more like island countries. And so a lot of the fashion is like super light, like linen and like light color. I've kind of gone like the exact opposite way in terms of my style. I do like super dark, like avant-garde kind of stuff, like nothing that they would ever wear. Um, but so I kind of feel so maybe it's that I've kind of like tried to stray away from that in terms of my fashion. I wouldn't even call it that though. It's just that I guess that like with my upbringing, fashion was never like a super big part of it. It was never something my family cared about. And so when I started like really becoming interested in it, it was kind of just something like I jumped into by myself into the deep end and kind of was just like, this is what I want to do. And so that's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'd say also that I got into fashion super early because I remember like the specific time up until like seventh grade, my mom would still buy me like clothes. And I just remember there was one day I came home and she bought me a bunch of new shirts and they were all like 3D printed like dinosaur teeth. And ever since that day, I was like, I'm never letting you buy clothes for me again. I can't pull up to seventh grade wearing like this green dinosaur shirt with like a neon print on it of like the skeleton when you go like I can't. Like
Okay, we have so many questions queued up. We'll ask them throughout the course of this interview for sure.
yeah.
I think they'll mix in well.
Yeah, we'll mix in well. Yeah.
Okay, so like Xander and I, for the audience, went to the same high school and middle school, I think, and like we both grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Do you feel like that has like influenced you stylistically at all?
I
Because
feel like it's kind of weird. Like I think that it's influenced me stylistically to the point where like I don't want to dress like New Mexicans. Like that's kind of the mindset. Like you obviously know, but I guess for the audience, like half the kids in our grade will pull up to school in some like Nike basketball shoes, like basketball shorts and like a t-shirt. And like that was like the fit. And you switch out like the shorts for jeans in the winter and put on like a coat. Like it was always the same thing. I just hated that kind of style. Like it, I guess it's one because I didn't play sports in high school, and so that kind of athletic style was never for me. And then also, I just thought it straight up just looked ugly. So it's like I can't be looking like a regular New Mexican pulling up to school like this.
I think that's just the average human being. Just you know,
I
people
don't
who
know.
don't subscribe to fashion. Because I mean, like, same. I didn't grow up in Albuquerque, and I mean, it's probably a little different. But I mean, like, I get the basketball shoes for kids who don't even play basketball, and then the pants that don't really fall on the shoes well. That's all.
They gotta hit the shoe like glue. That's but it was just like, but I feel like Albuquerque is like it's a step beyond like not caring. Like you can really feel like people just do not care like anything about the fashion world like outside of like very small people. Like I know like in Santa Fe they have like the Visvim store and
Oh
like
my god,
some some other things about, but like in terms of like fashion culture in New Mexico, it's just like dead, genuinely dead.
yeah, I just feel like people here dress like in the most boring way possible.
Yeah, like
damn, the
I
most
feel like
boring
it'd be I feel like it would literally be you have a higher percent chance of like seeing like a girl in a pair of Adidas superstars than not seeing one of them in a pair of Adidas superstars. Like that was the one shoe that I remember was a constant throughout my entire childhood. Like everyone owned a pair at one point.
Oh, okay. I guess it's like more disappointing because you guys are from like a city. Like, yeah, I mean, like I'm from the suburbs, so like I can't expect much.
I mean, it's
I
like a weird. I don't know. I feel like Albuquerque is like a weird middle ground between like city and suburb. Like we have
Oh yeah, that's
like
true.
a downtown area, but most of it's like suburb still. I feel.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Cool.
still had high expectations that were failed.
Yeah. Like if
Okay,
you
moving on. We're moving on now. So, Xander, you like were one of my personal like style icons
In high school?
in high school and like still, I guess. I, I guess. Um,
damn.
How do you feel when, like, do you ever feel like someone is stealing your swag, and then like, how would you react to that?
Um, See, I honestly have no problem with something like that because it's the type of thing where like when I started getting into fashion, like that's low key what I did. Like I'd look at celebrities and I'd be like, that's a fit I can do, and I'd steal it. Like I used to steal people's swag until I got my swag. So it's like to put in these terms, before I got my swag, I stole my swag. So for people to steal my swag, it's kind of like a compliment in a sense. People are like, "Oh, you dress well enough for me to imitate you." Like, I'm like, if you ask me, I don't think anyone should be dressing like me because I don't think I dress that well. But other people like making the effort to try to do so, like that's a huge compliment in my eyes. Like,
Yeah, and when someone asks where you got something from, that's a compliment.
exactly, and it's the best thing. I think it's like the best thing too when it's just like a random piece of clothing that like you didn't get it from any like specific brand or anything. It's kind of just one of those knockoffs. They're like, "Yo, like where did you get that?" And you're like, "Just a hand me down, my G." Like
Yeah,
that's the best feeling because it's like one, no one else can get it, and two, it's just like you have the drip. Like it doesn't matter what you're wearing.
yeah. Like you didn't get it on purpose. You just
Yeah,
have it. Yeah.
it's just like the way you style it or like just the energy you have like wearing the clothes is enough to draw people in. Like that's super cool.
Kira asks, I guess expanding on what you said, if New Mexico is dead, how did you grow creatively on your own and within your friend group or your circle? Where did you draw your influence from? I guess you kind of.
Um, well, I can go into it more because I mean, like how I feel about my friend is that my friends were honestly like not into clothes at all. I had like one friend who was slightly into it, um, but it was really something that yeah, I feel like I just kind of found myself wanting to be different, and I grew up like doing art my entire life where people did sports, so I already felt different. So I'm like, let me just be me rather than trying to like conform to these people I'll never conform to, and I'll just like stand out on my own, and like that'll make a statement in and of itself.
Valid.
So you mentioned your first influences were like ASAP and Lucas Sabat and someone else who I forgot. But like after those three, like who was like it was that was like level one. Who was level two?
Yeah. Level two.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd say honestly, like one of the big influences after that was honestly like fashion YouTubers. Like I watched a ton of fashion YouTubers when I was younger. Like let me think. Like Gear Towards Gear is one. His name's Avery Ginsburg. And there's like Sanjeev and like Magnus Ronning. And so I watched them when they like first started on the scene, and I felt I kind of like grown with them in terms of styling, and I still watch them a lot. Um, but I really found like YouTube to be a super good escape for that because it was like I couldn't really find people talking about fashion the way I wanted to, and then you gave me like a platform where people make videos specifically towards fashion that like I'm interested in stuff. So I just like binged that for like hours in high school.
Gotcha. Wait, so like I think like it's been trendy now, but like tell us about guys like dressing feminine.
Okay, that's
I
weird.
just
Like I'm thinking,
We lost the stream. Wait, did we lose the questions then? No, we didn't.
oh no, I think we're back. Are we back? I think we're back.
we're back. Reconnecting.
I mean like
Okay.
wait, so you're
So
saying
yeah, I think that yeah, for like an individual for if like their line between like masculine and feminine is just based on their own individual. So it's really the type of thing where like for me when I started wearing jewelry, I didn't really see it as a feminine thing. I was just like, this is something cool. And like I like to wear a ton of rings and like necklaces because that's kind of I like to accessorize. Um and so I think it really like blurring the lines between two, I think it's like a super great thing and having more like men be willing to do even more than I do. Like I'm not at the point where I'm comfortable wearing like a skirt or something like that, in all honesty. But you see celebrities um like Jaden Smith and Young Thug doing it, and like I'm living in New York, so I'm around like a broad spectrum of people. So I see everyday people like on the street, like guys wearing skirts and stuff. And I think it's I don't know, I think it's a positive uh in terms of like the fashion scape and people branching more into like these unisex clothing. It just whatever, like I feel like as long as people are comfortable in it with like their own skin, like who's to say that they can't wear that? Like it that defines them, and let them wear that, because yeah, it's you. And why would you try to like boil someone down to try to fit into this bubble of like masculine or feminine, when you could just be like, you can do you and I'll do me, and like that's it.
Makes sense to me.
No wrongs, no wrongs. I agree with everything you have put down on the table. Um, should we like, what should we do? Should we like dive into film, or should we do the mini game? What do you want to do?
We could do the game.
Okay, say less.
Should I do it, or do you want to do it?
You want to
can.
do it? Okay,
You
I
do
can
it.
do it. I can
You
do
do
it. I
it.
can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
The game.
Play games. What
But
is
I'm
this
not sharing the right
game?
thing. You can see this, right? Oh fuck.
Oh,
Yeah, I can see them.
laceless shoe game.
The latest.
Okay. So like every fashion person has like one like specific category that they like have a lot more pieces of than like
Yeah.
anything else. Like, I guess probably most people are like t-shirt people.
Yeah. No,
But
like you have like the t-shirt people, like the sneaker people.
yeah, bag people, like
Yeah.
I don't like I'm kind of like what are you?
What would I count as?
Uh-huh. Which box would you put yourself in?
I would say I'm really like a big fan of like outerwear, like jackets and stuff. I'm a huge fan of.
Mhm.
But I guess if you ask my friends, they'd probably say pants, because I own like 60 pairs of pants. I have no clue how I acquired all of them.
60? Damn,
Like
I thought I had a lot.
like I've counted them. Like I just literally, like they just turn up. Like I just find them in my closet. I'm like, oh yeah.
Wait, would you wear all 60 of them, like if you could like no, okay. Would every one of the pair of pants you own, like would you wear them like today? To date? Sorry.
Maybe not all of them. It's definitely, I just kind of have like an attachment to a lot of clothes. So like once I get them, I kind of have a problem like getting rid of them. So I have things from like 2 years ago that I probably never wear again, but they're still sitting in my closet, because I'm like, maybe one day I will like that style again, and I'll wear those pants again.
No, yeah. I mean, I have like probably like maybe 20 pairs of pants, but I definitely don't wear all of them. But like yeah, I had to offload a lot of clothes too. But anyways, let's dive into this game, this goofy game. All right. Rate the laceless shoe. Um
Oh, yeah.
First we got the Balesi. Sorry, were you gonna say something like this?
Yeah, I was gonna say like Xander, what makes a good shoe to you?
To me,
Not having
um,
laces.
oh, I think it depends on like the thing that you're going for. I feel like I tend to not like bulky shoes. I like more streamlined ones, just because I'm kind of like short and skinny. So like that bulky look is not the best for me. And then um something like easy and casual that I can wear with like anything, honestly.
Mhm.
Like I have a good amount of shoes, but still like I'll wear like my Vans checkered like 3 times a week, just because I can literally throw them on with anything, and I'll be like, yeah, so it looks fine.
Yeah, gotcha. So it's like mainly wearability, but like
Yeah.
not like you can wear it anywhere, but you can wear it with anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like I have shoes for every situation, but also shoes that will go with like most things in my closet. I
Mhm.
never feel like I'm like, oh God, I don't have anything to wear with like this outfit. I'm like, okay, I have like my white pair of sneakers or my black boots or something else that I'm like, yeah, they'll look good together.
Gotcha. Okay, so now rate the Balencias.
And it's like
Yeah.
a scale. Is it a scale, like a scale from 1 to 10 that you want me
Yeah.
to rate it on, or
Yeah.
just
5 stars.
Oh, 5 stars.
5 stars?
5-star
Ten's
scale.
ten's more specific, but five's
Okay.
easier.
You can like give half stars or like, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the Balenciaga, I would say maybe like a 5.5. Like
Yeah,
I
I was
don't
gonna
think
say
it.
6.
Yeah, I don't think it. Like I definitely remember a time in my life where I was like, oh, these are sick. Like I definitely wanted them. Now I'm kind of like, they're cool, just not for me. Like at this point, but I'm not gonna diss them. They're not like ugly, cause
Because then someone will come for you. I remember
yeah,
you said that.
one someone will come for me, and then like I can't say that those were sick, and then like 2 days later I'd be like, those are so ugly. I would never wear them, because would have done it like a year ago. If someone walked up to me with a free pair of them, I would 100% take them still.
Gotcha. Okay, next.
Oh damn. I don't know what these are. I guess what are they? Oh, Prada? I didn't know.
Flame heels.
Flame heels. They're
The
pretty crazy.
Prada, I honestly think they're kind of sick. I'd make like, I mean, personally, I would not wear them. But on a scale of like 1 to 10, maybe like an 8. I've seen people wear them and they kind of like with a good fit, like they look good.
I just saw them on
Okay.
Pinterest one time, and I like these are so fucking epic. Yeah.
Yeah, you better get them, bro.
Like
Yeah.
literally having flames on your shoe, it's like having flames on your car. Like it's kind of sick, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Like they might be heels, but you definitely can run faster.
Bro, they're hot pink. Get it? They're hot pink. Anyways, all right, next. Oh damn.
Classic. 10 out of 10. Easy.
Okay,
Okay.
word.
Like if
Out
you're
of
if you're
10.
gonna have one, yeah, 100%. If you're gonna have one shoe, like get a pair of Vans Checkers. Like they're cheap and you can beat them into the dirt. And then once you're done with them, you buy a new pair. And I go with most things. I'm literally like, I can look down and I can see my pair on the ground.
I have not thought about Vans since I got into fashion. Which is
Really?
like, yeah.
I think about Vans every day.
I haven't
Yeah. First thing I think about when I wake up, last thing I think about before I go to bed. And then I dream about Vans.
oh.
Yannick says female Guy Fieri type beat.
100%. Guy Fieri would rock them.
Yeah. Okay, next one. This is the classic loafer.
Classy Gucci loaf.
Yeah, that one.
Loaf.
The Gucci loaf.
The Gucci loaf, I'd rate like I'd say now maybe like same as the Prada, like an 8 out of 10. Not because I think it's particularly ugly or bad, but I feel like there are so many loafers on the market. I'm a big loafer person. Like I collect them low
Oh,
key at
shit.
this point. But I just feel like there are better loafers on the market now than these. Like they're a classic, but
Oh shit. How many pair of loafers do you have?
I would say not. I don't have a ton. I'd say like 6. I do have these ones too.
Damn.
You have these?
Yeah.
Damn.
I bought them off Grailed for like $70.
Oh damn, what?
Come
Grail
on.
Goblin.
Man.
I am a Grailed goblin.
Grail
All
Goblin.
right, next. Next. Don't mind like the things in the holes. Like that
Not
could be
part of
anything.
it. I guess you can take
It's
them
part.
out.
I feel like it's an accessory. Like it's part of the whole look of it.
You can buy anything though.
You know, I'd say like a 2.5, a 3.
Oh
Just
shit.
because, like, I'm not an anti Crocs person, but these ones I feel like would just be so uncomfortable, and like I feel like you just instantly regret them after you bought them.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that they were Balenci, so they're probably mad expensive.
Oh, the Balenci's too? Yeah, no, 100%. Like a 2.5. I'm not gonna drop like $900 on like a stacked pair of Crocs for me to walk down the street and like roll my ankle in them.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my god. Oh. Are those like what? Que está?
Those are like the Ami Leon Dorbe. Is that how you say that?
Mm,
I've always
yeah.
wondered how you say that.
Ami Leon Dore, I'm pretty sure.
Ami Leon Dorbe. Oui. Mold shoes.
Mm, so for these, like I don't love the color. Maybe if they were a different color, I'd rate them higher. But maybe like as an outdoor shoe, I'd rate like a 4. As like a slipper, that might be comfy. Like I'd rate like a 6 if you just wear them in the house and they never see the light of day. Yeah,
Are
they're
they
like a.
meant to be worn outside?
I don't know.
I assume.
They look like caveman shoes.
I saw them on the internet on accident, so I was like, I'll just throw it in.
Throw them in.
Yeah, bro. Fred Flintstone's rocking them. They look like the hide of whatever they're wearing because they're like polka dot.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna add in like what Birkenstocks because they reminded me of Birkenstocks. Those are laceless. No picture, but Like, what would you
Yeah.
rate Birkenstocks?
I'm a fan of Birks. I'm a pretty big fan of Birks. I like them in the summer and stuff. I'm wearing my Birks like right now. They look all,
Oh,
wait, I can show you because they look almost exactly like this. But they have like black wool on the inside and they're just
oh wait, yeah,
They're, like,
exactly.
the
Literally,
same
what
shoe.
really almost
what
exactly
the
the
heck,
same.
bro? That's weird.
So like
Knockoff Birks.
so like yeah, so these ones I'm like like the flip yeah, what you're saying the Flintstone color, not rocking it. But if you do something different, then I'll wear them. Only in the house still, because I only wear my Birks in the house, but
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay,
Okay.
where? Okay, next. I don't know.
Another pair of loafers. These ones were blue and have crocodiles.
Crocodile
another pair.
leather.
This is like okay. I'd say this is kind of biased on my part, but I'd rate them lower, like a 5, just for the fact that I guess it's the same kind of deal. Like that, I think there are better loafers too, but also I just don't love the color blue on shoes. I don't know why, but I just never enjoyed it.
Bro, I actually hate navy blue because it's not black. But
Yeah, it's so. I
it
just can't.
sucks.
I feel like I own so much black. Anytime I buy navy blue, I'm like, I can't pair this with black.
Yeah,
So
because
I'm
it's
like,
like it's like like you could pull it off as black, but then people would be like, "Yo, that's not actually black."
exactly. You have that one person that'll bring it up, and then you're like, don't tell me. Like, I know you don't have to point it out that it's navy. Like, I'm just trying to
Like
pretend in my
navy's
mind.
the worst. Navy's the worst. Like they did not have to create that color in the world.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm an anti-navy person. So
Blundstone, you know.
Unstone 500.
the Blindstone.
Yeah.
Um, see, I feel like this is a type of thing where I'd see like a teacher wearing this. Like a teacher in Albuquerque would wear these exact shoes. So I feel like kind of off put towards them. So damn, I don't know. I like don't want to diss it because someone in the audience might own a pair, but they're just
Well, I mean, it's not a diss. I mean, like we all have different styles.
okay. Then I'm rating this like a 2. Like I don't
Oh
like it that much.
shit.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to like. I'm not trying to diss someone. It's just not my thing. And like I generally do get like high school teacher vibes. Like this a pair of jeans and like a flannel. Like that's
That's
like maybe
it.
pulling
That's
up
like
like
a
that's
perfect
it.
fit.
That's the
But
teacher
like,
fit. Wear the glasses.
Drippy, drippy.
yeah.
Okay,
You got
okay.
the apple in hand, like you're ready to teach
And like the
high school.
Pencil behind the ear.
Yeah, you have you
whiteboard
up.
erase marker.
Yeah, you got the new drip when you got like the laser pointer. You just point at the board and move it around. Like that's the final boss.
Ew.
I know, boss. Okay. I don't know what these are, bro.
Oh.
But August found them, and they're pretty crazy.
I mean, I was kind of just going for like the classic cowboy freaking extra pointy toe boots.
And this is the best you could find for it.
Well, it just happened that I found these on Grailed and there's like a nice picture.
Wait, how much are they on Grailed?
These are Comme des Garçons and they were listed at like
Wait, but the thing is, like, doesn't that like
2,500.
that literally like juts
2,500.
that juts back into your leg? Like you
That's
can't.
insane. I feel like it hurt to walk in them.
It
Like
might.
It would poke you.
I'm
Hey.
stabbing myself.
Beauty
Like-
takes sacrifice. Either you
True.
got it or you're not bleeding in the shin.
Like I'd have to say like a 1 just for the fact that like I don't know if I can cover the medical bills that would come from wearing these shoes. Like
In
my legs
addition-
would be ripped up. I got to get stitches.
Honestly, but like once you get to the point where you like have holes in your legs, they would fit.
True.
Smugly,
You just like
snugly.
indent it. You just kind of stick it in the flesh and then you're good.
Exactly.
Wow, Kira recognized these. Yep, they're CDG.
2015 Conquistador. Damn, that's crazy.
Mr. Nolan.
Knowledge. Okay, last one. Definitely not a laceless shoe, but like I had to put it in.
We need your opinion on this. We need your opinion. We need it.
The Leopard Roche Run.
Okay.
There's pain in
I
your
don't even know what Nike silhouette this is.
What'd you say?
There was pain in Xander's eyes just now. There's pain in your eyes.
because I'm trying to like it's like burning. Like I need to turn on the brightness on my screen looking at this. Like it's burning my eyes. I like I don't even know what Nike shoe model this is.
It's a Roche run, a leopard. I don't know if that's like a custom or actual release or like a
It,
collab. But I just remember when I was like kind of into sneakers in middle school, this shit baffled me. It was like, damn, they're leopard print. And Roche runs were like big back then because they were so comfortable because of the
yeah,
insole.
dude. I don't. I, these might get boots. Like honestly, maybe like oh my gosh, like a one. Honestly,
Oh
like
shit.
everything about. I was never a Roshi fan, so it's already down for that. Plus that green with the leopard print is just not doing it for me.
Okay, wait, yeah, that's a little not it.
Green check. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yannick says either you're with the drip or you're not.
yeah,
You know.
exactly.
All right, I'm stopping sharing.
I thought I don't know what Yannick meant. Thank you, Yannick.
Like
Yeah.
Okay,
Gucci Man said, you either
we
got
got-
the sauce or you don't.
yo, bro, you ready for this barrage of film-related questions?
I'm so ready. This
Should
is
we
my whole
should we
education.
should we start with what made you okay, what made you want to be a film person? And then that also is similar to what Emily asked is what do you credit your passion for film to?
Um, I've actually done a lot of thinking about this. I think that I honestly think one of the main reasons why is because I did theater in high school, which is kind of
Mm,
embarrassing because I'm not a theater kid. I promise. Like I find those kids who like walk in the hall and sing musicals. Like I can't. Like no. But I was like backstage and stuff. But I think the whole process is fun. But I think there's also like a limitation to theater, and I kind of saw that when I was coming up in like that community. And so when I got to the point where I was like, I can choose my career, I'm like, this is something I want to do, but I want to take it to like the next level. And film kind of feels like that to me, where you can do like kind of the same things as you would do on like a play, but you just get to choose the angles and the way the audience gets to see it. You just have more control, and I think that's really cool.
ooh, that's a good one. That's a damn.
Do you feel like film students sort of have like a stereotype and theater students like 110% have a stereotype? Do you think like what's what's the
With
overlap and like what's the difference?
okay, I think the main overlap is like they're all just nerds. Like that's it. Like you can talk to like talking to theater people and talking to film bros. Like that's just what it is. Like a film bro, they'll just go on and on about like a specific one, and you'll be like, okay, like thank you for these nuanced conversations, but like let's talk about something else. And it really does feel like it's like the one talking point. Like if I talk to a film bro, he's only talking to me about film, and I'm like, okay, we can have like a normal conversation. Like at this point, I want to talk about the weather because I don't want to talk about like what are the three films are like Fight Club, Pulp Fiction, and
Taxi
um
driver.
yeah, Taxi Driver. Those are like those are like the main three that like every film bro loves. And like you can talk to any of them and they'll have that conversation. I do not want to have that conversation.
See,
I guess like granted the pandemic we're in, how has film culture changed?
Um, it's honestly been being a film. I haven't had that much experience like in the industry, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, as a student, it's definitely been difficult. Um, obviously because it's kind of hard to like find actors and create a whole crew. Um, I've kind of when I got into film, I kind of had the mentality that I wanted to learn everything within the craft, like lighting, sound, uh, writing, shooting, all that, directing, because it was just something I wanted to be able to do, and so I could apply myself to any position. But kind of now, as the pandemic has kind of like evolved, and you kind of have to rethink the way that film is going to be made in the future. It kind of feels almost like a necessity that you have to know these things because it kind of feels like crews are going to just become smaller, and you're going to have to use less people, so you need to know more things along the scenes to be able to do it. And so I think in that way, it's really uh, evolved to the sense where people are just learning more of the craft, like different areas, rather than like specifying in a certain area. I also think that I don't know. I'm interested to see too in like the type of films that more people will come up with. I forgot what that new film on Netflix is now with Zendaya.
Malcolm and Marie.
Yeah, Malcolm Marie. Not saying that that's like a good film, but and that's another conversation. But I feel like there are going to be more productions on that kind of scale where it's like really small crew and you're telling like more intimate stories, just because that's kind of like the only way to have like a safe environment um, during like this crisis.
Um, I guess were you like are you like pressed that you can't see movies in theaters, or like are you totally fine with watching films at home?
I definitely I'm not one of the people I'm just like, oh, I can't believe like I couldn't see this in theater. Like I'm perfectly fine watching film at home. Like I really do like to. I feel like I'm on average level with people. I'm like, damn, I wish I could just go to a theater just cause that for that experience rather than being like, oh, I wish I could see this film in theaters.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see what questions I wrote down.
Yo, what is the way that POC has been changing? Oh, as in like the definition of people of color.
No, like the representation of.
You wanna like ask that? Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, this question was about like media representation because the like way that POC are represented like feels like it's been changing, or at least like maybe someone said to me that it's been changing. So I was like, Xander, has the media representation of people of color been changing?
Um, yeah, I think so. I think there's like an interesting duality behind it, and I'm gonna use like Black Panther as an example because I think that's a really good one. Where it's like you have a film almost like entirely made by like a black crew and cast, and you see that like that is being a Marvel film. Like if you look at ratings, people rate it as like being one of the best Marvel films of all time. Um, in my opinion, it's like an average one, like almost below average to the point. Like it's not really that good, in my opinion. But it feels almost to me like because it was made by people of color, it was like brought up to a point where it was just like kind of blown out of proportion. So I think it's good that um and this is not so I think it's good that there is more representation, and I think you are really seeing it because you do have some really great films made by like black creatives like the Five Bloods or uh Sorry to Bother You, Moonlight. These are like great productions by like primarily like black crew and cast, and so these are great ones. But at the same, so it's great to see that kind of representation. But you're also the type of thing where it's like, is this becoming famous because people think that it's universally good, or is it the type of thing where that like people are supporting it because they don't want to seem as being like racist because they don't like a black piece of art? Like I guess it is a different I guess it's a kind of a different perspective of being like a black filmmaker. But when I want to release a piece of work, I want people to just view it as like a film rather than it being like a film by a black director and judging it in that kind of sense. Because then I feel like I'm not getting that same like authentic response that some people would normally give to like a white director. Like people are some I'm not saying obviously for all people that kind of, but some people might just give you a better rating just because they know how you are. They don't want to come off it being like prejudiced rather than just giving you like
Yeah,
an
I mean like
authentic
yeah.
critique.
Oh, today I was like sitting around, so I just like watched probably like 3 or 4 of the like short films in your portfolio. But like I'm not a film guy, so I can't really give you critique. But like I do know what you're talking about when you say you don't want your art to be viewed like it's like maybe this is like not a good term, but like blackwashed maybe.
Yeah, I know. Or just like the idea of just like it being like black art kind of thing, and it's kind of weird that had that kind of become like a subgenre where I think it should just be like, for me, it's like instead of making like its own like isolated community for like these Black creatives, just like incorporate them in. It's like the same idea with behind the Grammys and like urban contemporary music. Like what did that mean besides it just being like a Black album, like at this point? Because it feels like, how would you define the definition of like urban contemporary? It kind of feels like just this category that was made to be like, oh, we're gonna show off like music from people that aren't white that we call from the urban contemporary, you know? And it's like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like a weird thing to me.
Yeah, and like I remember like specifically the last Grammys maybe or the one before that when Tyler won like a rap award for Igor
Yeah.
and he was like, this is a pop album.
Yeah, exactly. I
Mhm.
remember that.
Like
Uh, because like he didn't even want to win it almost because like he just wants to be put in the pop category, but that's for white people.
Yeah. It
it's
just feels like this fake category that people make to try to like include people rather than just including them in like the actual category. Like what's stopping the Grammys from putting more people into the pop category, like increasing the nominations? Honestly, nothing.
yeah.
But instead of doing that, they're like, here's urban and contemporary, where we're gonna put like, if you honestly look, like a majority of like Black artists who we just can't really define, they're like, oh, they're not hip hop, so let's put them in that urban contemporary, because having the concept of Black pop just seems like a crazy idea.
um,
But like isn't pop like mostly like R&B at this point?
I mean, it definitely increased, and it's like, I mean, if you can definitely do like research and stuff and um find like connections between like almost most genres of music being like coming from like a Black origin point. So you're being like, technically this is Black art to begin with that has been kind of appropriated by white culture and made into its own thing. So it's like,
Yannick says it's a sort of affirmative action dynamic.
also, Kira asked previously, how do you get yourself out of a creative slump?
um see, this is honestly a question that I like kind of have trouble myself answering. I honestly do find myself in slumps a lot creatively, especially in the pandemic, just due to the fact that um, I do film and it's been increasingly hard. So I found myself really in a slump this time, trying to find ways that I can be creative. Um, I don't know. One thing I like to do is just branch out and look at other people's art. I think looking at people who I find inspiring and seeing what they're doing kind of inspires me to want to like push myself and do more in that regard. And I also think that I don't know, think maybe thinking outside the box in ways that you create art. And so I don't know, I'll use an example of being like a painter. Maybe you do like only landscapes, but you're kind of like in this slump. Maybe look at like a Pollock piece. Someone who's in the same realm as you, like they're both painters, but you look at someone completely different and you kind of take cues from them and being like, oh, so this is how, and kind of understanding how they think about the way that they make art and kind of applying that to yourself. And so
Yeah.
Word. Damn, you kind of answer. You actually have been answering every question like you prepared for them. So it's kind of, yeah, you weren't wrong.
Okay.
no, literally, because this is just like this is the type of stuff I think about either in class or like when I'm laying in bed up at night. I'm like, maybe maybe not like Black representation in film, but like general ideas of
That's good
creativity
shit.
like that.
That's good shit. Very introspective.
So are you on TikTok?
I am actually not on TikTok. I do get sent TikToks though.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you about like the effects of TikTok on film, but I don't know. Like, have you seen any
Yeah,
like
I'm
changes in film culture that are
not honestly out of TikTok. Not really. I mean, I've seen people. The only thing I really weird. The only thing I've really seen that I could even count as being like film or like performance art related was like these people made like Ratatouille into like a musical. I remember when that was happening on TikTok. Um, and so I guess that's like a random example, but I think it's cool how people like that kind of source have found like people can find people with similar interests and do something like that completely over the internet on like an app like TikTok. Like I find that super interesting and things like that. So I'm not one to like participate in it. Like I'm not using it, but I'm not gonna bash people for using it.
I guess more some logistic questions. I don't even know if I'm using that word correct, but someone said, "What's an album? What album would you use to describe yourself, and what film would you use to describe yourself?"
You
Oh my
film
god.
first.
Film first. I feel like both are like extremely difficult questions.
Okay, well, I mean, we need some more hard ones, clearly.
No, no, yeah. Um, let me. I'm gonna start with album because I want to think about film because being a film bro, like it's gonna take time, but an album, maybe not an album that defined me, but an album like I've just always enjoyed and like listened to is embarrassing. What do you call it? Long Live ASAP, the second ASAP Rocky album, because I don't know, it's just one of those albums. He just feels like super aggressive and like a raw on it, and he's kind of just like the way when I listen to it, I feel like the shit, and like he talks like he's just the shit and doesn't give a like doesn't care about what anyone thinks, and so like I like to listen to it whenever I'm down or something like that, just as like a pick me up. Because after listening, I'm like yeah, like who cares? Like you just have to have like the swagger. You're literally yours, and like if you put yourself in that, like you shrink yourself down, like that's how people are gonna view you. But if you build yourself up kind of in like and have that confidence, it's like who's gonna knock you off that peg? They're gonna be like, I'll be like, yeah, I'm the shit. They're gonna be like, no, you're not, and you're gonna be like, okay, cool,
Yo,
dude. And you're like, dope. Like, thanks for telling me that. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
you're spitting. You're spitting.
ASAP forever.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the first one.
yeah. I think ASAP something like that.
Mm.
I think it's Long Live. Oh, I think the first one is Long Live ASAP, but the one that I'm talking about is At Long Last ASAP. I think I might be wrong. So,
Wait, you know
but
what? Also, let me give me while you're thinking about film, I'll think about some hard questions because I haven't. Okay, all right, dude. If Bridget was here, Bridget would have good ass questions. SMH, bro.
Yeah, where's Bridget?
SMH, bro. Um,
Films.
hmm, film. Oh god, this is such a difficult question for me because I try to watch so many like various different films. It's kind of hard for me to be like, this is me in a film.
what's the last film you watched?
The last film I watched was Jennifer's Body.
uh, word. Wait, did you watch Malcolm and Marie already?
I watched it like the day it came out or something.
Wait,
I
like,
didn't
how,
get
do you watch like a movie a day?
I did for like 2 months. I tried to watch a movie a day.
Oh shit, that's good shit. Oh, actually, the question I was gonna ask is this kind of goes in what movie defines you. Not really, but like, what was the movie that you watched and you were like, I'm gonna like get into film, or like, what was like one of the first ones? Like,
One
how
of the
old were
first
you?
oh, hmm. I would honestly say what would be my like first memory of the film? Honestly, I'd probably say like the um okay, this is I'd probably honestly say the second Christopher Nolan Batman film, which is really strange because I remember as a kid I wanted to see it so badly. So I made my mom take me, and we went 3 times, but every single time I had to leave the theater just because I found the Joker like terrifying. I I didn't end up watching the film till like 6 years after it came out, just for the fact that like the Joker just terrified me as a kid. And so I'm not trying to. I didn't want to make films where like I'm like, oh, I get to scare children with my creepy characters. But I like to. I wanted ever since that point. I'm like, this is something that caused like a huge like visceral reaction, and I kind of want to do something like that where people like feel something. Um, Another film like that would be like um, I brought it up earlier, but like Moonlight. Like I love that film. Over um, Thanksgiving break 2 years ago, I watched it like every single day over my Thanksgiving break because I was
Oh,
home alone, and I literally just fell in love with the film. And I watched it like every single day, and I felt something different every time. And so I don't know if it's a specific film, but I mean like I got inspired because I want people to have like that kind of reaction and be like truly like impacted by like a piece of art. Like you leave the theater and on the car ride home, you're just talking about that film. Like that would be like my goal when I'm creating something like that.
mm. What did you think of Jordan Peele's two movies? I don't know, he might have more. I don't know. Us
It,
and Get Out rather though.
I I like Get Out. I think they're both great movies. I like Get Out a lot more than Us. Um, just for the fact that I think that the um I think that Us is like a little complicated to understand. Like you have to look in, you have to do kind of do some research behind it, I feel, to kind of understand like the full nuances of the story. But Get Out is one of those films where like you can watch the whole thing, and I feel like you not only know the plot, but you understand like the subplot underneath it, and understand like all the racial commentary that he's trying to make in the film. And then like it's three levels. There's that, and then also if you are like one of those dedicated people that go like really enjoy the film and look into it, he had like so many interesting and like small details sprinkled throughout that like you can
Mhm.
get lost in the film. So I think Get Out is like the better of the two, but I enjoy both of them.
Okay, word. Kira asks, after watching a movie a day, did you find that your thinking process started taking on the themes, or I didn't even finish the question. She already asked another. Did you find that your thinking process started taking on the themes or elements of film itself? Oh my
Um,
god.
I think what you I think when
Oh
you
my
get to that
god.
point when you're like, I don't know if I would say that like certain films I took like elements from because I just watched a ton of different movies, and it wasn't even when I was doing it, it wasn't like films that I was choosing, but there's a program called Mubi, I
Oh
think,
shit.
yeah, Mubi, where like they release a film a day, and it can be like an American film or like a foreign film. So I was seeing films from like all across the world, and so um, don't know if like a specific film like changed the way I like my outlook, but I think watching like an overspan of films like that, you can go into other films as well as like your everyday life and kind of see things that you probably like wouldn't notice before or think about.
Do you have a playlist for movie soundtracks or songs from movies? Is that something you investigate after you watch a movie?
Um, Honestly, no, but it's something I would like to get more into. I guess I like the only thing I can say is like sometimes I'll listen to like Hans Zimmer soundtracks when I'm like doing homework and stuff because he's a great composer, but I don't look into soundtracks that often.
Okay. Do you find yourself gravitating towards a specific genre of movies or towards movie that present similar themes?
Um,
Sorry if you. I already feel like I already answered that.
no, no, no. I don't know. Honestly, for that, I'd probably say uh like neither. I generally, when I'm watching a film, I look at it because I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting, rather than kind of finding like a theme or genre within it. Like I'm never really looking for like maybe some like I would say I'm more willing to look for like, oh, I want to watch a comedy this time, rather than me being like, oh, I want to look at like a film by a black creative from a different country like that. Like I wouldn't go that in depth into it. So it's mainly like me being like, oh, I like this film sounds interesting to me, so I'm gonna watch it. It's like Jennifer's Body. I didn't really know anything about it, but it sounded interesting and I heard people recommend it, and so I was like, I'll watch it.
Damn.
my mom wants to know, do you snack while watching films? And what snacks do you like at the movie theater?
Ooh. Um
Also, what did you find was the best way to smuggle snacks into the movie theater?
See, I'm kind of like a good soul. I didn't really do that until like my last year of high school.
A good
But
soul.
um, I forgot what it was. But I used to own a jacket in high school, and it had like, oh no, here's what it was. I had this pair of pants, and I think it had like 16 pairs of pockets on it. And so I'll just be smuggling snacks in that. I wear those pants in the movie theater every single time because I'm like, no one's going to when I tell someone I have 18 pockets, no one's gonna search the 18 pockets. They're gonna be like, all right, move along. So you just like tactically place them around the body in like the pockets that kind of puff out a little more than others. You just sneak in. They'll just sneak by. You'll be like,
Oh,
but movie theater snacks, I'd say, I think I'm a classic popcorn person. Like I just love a buttered popcorn, and then I'll have like an icy.
okay, word.
Do you want to keep asking film questions or do you want to move, Kevin?
Do you want to ask the last two, August?
No.
You don't want to read it?
I'm not a film person, so like.
No, wait, you're just reading them. I'm not asking you to conjure what's
Yeah,
out of your head, bro.
But then we're having a conversation about film, and I'm
You don't
not
have to be a
person.
film person
Dude, I
to
mean, like, we
appreciate
don't have to,
film.
we don't have, like, we don't have to bounce back. We're just listening. I mean, it's for the audience too.
Oh, okay. Fine. This one's for Emily. What are some foreign films that you've really been enjoying?
Foreign
Or
film.
old American films? Because that's basically foreign too.
Ooh, yeah. If you're looking for some, I'd say that the work of, um, well, obviously like Bong Joon-ho, great. Like Parasite, Okja, Snowpiercer, like he has some great films. In that similar vein, um, what do you call it? What's his name? Wong Kar-wai is another great Chinese filmmaker. He's done films like In the Mood for Love and Chungking Express and Fallen Angels are some of his.
Oh, I need to watch those, but like, I don't know where they're streaming. Like that are like high quality. Like, I
Yeah,
actually, there's like Kiss Asian, but that's
I think
illegal.
that
Actually, I don't watch that. I don't watch that. I don't watch that. I don't watch
I think that I don't even know. I honestly like I don't want to say that I pirated these films, but I probably pirated them because they're hard to find. But
Hmm.
old films, um, I don't even know. I don't even feel like I watch a lot of old American films. I generally watch like a lot more contemporary, but you have like the classics like Chinatown is super good. Scorsese has some like super great films. Not to be like watch Taxi Driver, but um like something like that vein. Like Taxi Driver is a great film. Like Goodfellas is super good too. Um yeah, I don't know. Things like that. I love Kubrick is obviously like a fantastic director. And if you haven't seen his work, that's a great place to start when you're looking for some like older American films. Um but yeah.
Okay, this is the last question from the chat. Oh, never. More so in the quality of your thinking. This is from Kira. Would you look at a tree or a scene outside and be like, "Yo, this would be a great shot"? You
Yes.
be that or not? Okay, word.
Yes, I'll go to like different locations and like see something. I'll be like, I can like imagine me doing a scene there. Like it's got to the point where I've seen so many films where I just like adapt them to different locations. Um, and so yeah, I'll go to any spot and just be like, oh, I'd love to shoot something here.
That's so fun. Emily asks, any French francophone films you like? Question mark.
Yeah. In all honesty, I haven't watched too many newer ones, but obviously, um, Godard is a super good one. Verda and Trouveau, like the main French New Wave. I've seen a lot of French New Wave films that I love, like the basic ones like Chloe from 9 to 5, 400 Blows, Masculin, Féminin, The Weekend, um, just to name a few. Like I watch a lot of when I watch French cinema, I'm usually watching older ones, and then sometimes I'll like sprinkle in like a Gaspar No film if I want to my stomach to churn in like multiple different directions some night.
Damn. Knowledge.
He said I'm well versed in French films.
I'm well versed in general.
Okay, we're moving on now. Tell us about DJing.
DJing. Oh,
Yeah.
it's something I've honestly started like recently.
Mhm.
Maybe doing it for like 2 to 3 months, but I it's just super fun. I like literally just like love listening to music and stuff, and so kind of finding it's super fun. It's kind of almost like a puzzle to be searching for different songs and trying to find ways in which you can uh like mix them together and mend them to sound good and stuff. Um yeah, so I just found that super fun. And it's also like I used to in high school, I tried to listen to like every major like album release that occurred the night of, so I could go to school the next day and be able to talk to everyone. Like no matter what album it was, I would know at least. So I would be staying up until like 5 in the morning sometimes, just like listening to these albums all the way through, so I'd at least like know. And so I've always kind of had like this interest in music, and so I kind of felt like to me it kind of felt like the next step. Also it's just a flex. Like I'd say that. Like being able to go up to someone and be like, "Yeah, I DJ" is a flex.
Yeah.
That's money. That's money.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to hit up some clubs in like 5 years after the pandemic's over. Like,
I mean, we'll be vaccinated.
yeah,
We'll be
yeah.
vaccinated soon enough. Mm,
Yeah, what do
yeah.
you think? What do you think about the saying? Okay, it was like art is how we decorate space, and then music is how we decorate
That's
time.
my
But
painting, bro.
can you like?
Not my painting. A painting I own.
I just saw that on Twitter.
You
I
saw that on Twitter? That's literally what it. That's literally what says. Are you sure?
saw that on Twitter.
You
I
saw that on
just
Twitter after or first?
probably first. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Anyways,
It's
Hmm,
just funny.
please tell
yeah,
us about that.
decorate. Okay. I mean, like, I would probably like agree with that. I I mean, that sound like to me, I've never heard that until like you literally said it, and so, but like, it makes sense to me being like it being a way to decorate time, and yeah, that totally like I can totally see that as thing. For me, I'd say that um I listen to music more to like if we're talking about like to more to kind of like feel out of mood. Like it's a super weird thing about me is that I'll make my playlist, but when anyone tells me to aux, I will never play a playlist because I always want like depending on where I am, I always want a certain vibe. And so like me playing a playlist, it's always so over the place and I'm like it can't break it. So I'm like constantly queuing songs because I just it has to fit in the vein. It has to like it's not I guess it was going off this like term that you like this quote. It's like not only filling time but like filling like the environment, you know? Like it has to suit the environment that you're in. Like I'm not gonna play like Cardi in a library.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Damn, you are dedicated to the grind, the life you
It's like
live.
it's like the music is decorating more than just the time. It's like
Yeah.
yeah,
It's maybe I wouldn't say that okay, maybe not decorating the time, but like complement or maybe complementing the time. Like whatever time it's in, like the music has to complement what the time is too.
yeah. Okay. Mm. I had like another banger question, but I forgot what it was.
You had a banger question.
I had a banger
Do
question.
we have time for another
Damn.
banger question?
Oh, I remembered. New Slow Tie album review. Come on. We have a bunch of Slow Tie fans in the audience
Oh my
today.
god, you see the poster.
Yeah, we see the poster. We see the poster. All right.
That's
Tyron,
pretty gas, bro.
Tyron review. Come on.
Here in review.
Favorite song,
Um,
worst song?
I honestly haven't embarrassingly, I haven't listened to it that much since it came out. I think that I now I'm rating it a little bit lower than I probably would in the future. And I don't even have like a distinct like number system rating for it, honestly. But I think I'm rating it lower just because I feel like Nothing Great About Britain was just like such a banger tape. It's impossible to top it. Like there are just so many good songs on that, and this one album is just like so different. Um, like completely different vein. Like the songs are shorter. It's so much more like cut down and cleaner. I'd say it's just like a different sound. And I think it's just something I have to get used to, which I haven't yet. So I'd rate it like a 6, like a 6 out of 10. Honestly, like 6.5, just because. But also, I've listened to it like twice, so it's not like the most experienced review on it. And so, but I also, yeah, and I don't have really favorite songs off it so far.
Okay.
Okay, word. Should we ask the final
Oh
question?
yeah. Yeah. You want to do it? I feel like I always do it.
Yeah, I've actually never said it, I don't think. All right, Xander, my guy. What is the secret to your swag?
The secret to my swag, I think that I feel like I kind of touched on it like over certain questions in this, but I think it's just like all like attitude. Like the swag is not something you're gonna get from other people or the way that other people look at you. It's gonna be the type of thing where it comes from you and people will notice your swag. So it's like if you yourself don't feel like swag, no one else is going to look at you and be like, maybe okay, maybe a few people will look at you and be like, oh, he's kind of cool, but like you have to feel it like in yourself. Like literally the Gucci Man quote where it's like you got to be born with it, like you just have it, you know? No one's going to give it to you. You're not going to find it anywhere. It's just going to be something you have. And I think like differing from him, I think that everyone does have it. I think it's just that it's something you have to find for yourself.
Yeah, okay, so it comes from yourself first.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
you got to be comfortable with yourself and then the swag will come.
What if you can't find it? Then what?
If you can't find the swag, then you just have to keep looking. You're not looking in the right places.
Oh,
Okay. 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 Okay.
right.
True.
That was great. Thank you for coming on our show.
Yeah, bro, you actually answered everything. Like,
Yeah.
soundly. Kind of whack,
Thank
bro.
you. Thank you
Kinda
for
whack,
having
bro.
me.
How you have much knowledge? Anyways.
Oh, I don't. That's my swag. Is just brain smart. That's the only.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no. August actually sent me all these questions like 5 days ago, so I'm actually in like a Google Doc reading off my responses.
Oh, this is, we literally created it today.
Yeah, no, even the ones in the chat. Like I have all the chat questions. In the
Oh
Google
yeah,
Doc
yeah.
too.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
I contacted everyone in the chat to ask me these questions, so I came prepared to look extra
That's actually
smart.
crazy, bro.
Yeah. Thank you so much to our chat. We loved having you.
Yeah, the questions. That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah. Sorry,
Y'all are doing our job.
we didn't get to all of them, so
We honestly we covered like pretty much all of them.
but not every single one of them.
Is it just because we didn't ask your mom's last question?
Yeah, we didn't ask.
Okay, let's ask it. What are you
Okay.
doing when you listen to an album?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What are you doing when you listen to an album? That's a good one. That's not a good one. Yeah.
What I'd be doing? Honestly, like if it's late at night, like sitting in bed and just like taking in the album. Like I like to do that. And sometimes I'll be scrolling through like Pinterest while doing it. Just to keep my hands like occupied. But when I listen to like if I'm listening to an album all the way through that I haven't really heard that much, like I'm dedicating myself to the album.
Yeah, that's for the first listen. That's definitely what you have to do.
Yeah.
Ooh. I know. No.
Those are all the questions that we have for today. Thank you so much for coming on our show.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you to our audience for coming to our show or something. Yeah.
For tuning in.
Thanks for tuning
in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, Xander, tell them who's going to be on the show next time.
Who's gonna be on the show? Like, what?
Wait, that was a joke because we didn't. Yeah.
That person.
Kayla will be on the show next time.
What is Kayla's last name? I don't know Kayla's last
I don't know Kayla's last name, bro. I met her like on Sunday.
The great Kayla will be on the show next time. You have to tune in to learn her last name.
Yeah.
Bro.
Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell.
Oh, facts. Hit the notification bell to see when we go live.
Yeah.
Every week.
It's every week in the evening. Like it's
every
it's pretty much the same time.
Yeah.
Literally all gas, no breaks. They said they're never taking a break from the show ever, so you have to be here every Tuesday.
Honestly, dude, like, I mean, like, I don't like low key don't see myself needing a break unless I have like a massive exam coming up. But like, I don't even know even then.
Yeah, literally perfect. Free entertainment every Tuesday night. Like,
But
what
otherwise,
more
yeah,
could you have?
otherwise I could just we could find another host.
Yeah.
Then I get FOMO
You get FOMO?
from not hosting.
You have to start like ghostwriting some questions if we have.
Yeah, I would do that.
Sure.
I'd also probably be in the background,
Yeah, hit up the chat.
like half listening.
Hmm.
No, to be honest, I don't. Yeah, I don't see. I like don't really put schoolwork first. Sorry, mom. Sorry, moms and dad.
Sorry.
That's not. I'm not slacking though. I'm on top of it.
Okay, Dad, do the theme song. Please.
Outro version.
Outro.
Yeah.
Not the light skin look.
But I'm infected with slime disease,
Slime disease.
Brain.
and I just can't stop.
I know.
Yeah. Do you identify as a light skin, Sandy?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, I am not one of the things I like answer a lot, like, but I would, yeah.
I was just like wondering because like you like to be a light skin, you have to like look like a light skin, but then you also have to act like a light skin.
Yeah,
I feel
okay.
like I've never seen you do any like the stereotypical light
No,
skin things.
that's how I feel too. Like, I'm definitely light skin, but I don't have that like light skin swag that like you see all these people with. I'm just like
Yeah. I just, like I'm not a light skin, so I'm coming from like a place of ignorance, but like I think on the internet I see like this is light skin behavior and like yeah. And you don't do any of it. You don't do a single thing.
I don't know if that's like is that a compliment or a gripe? Like, should I act more light skin for you? Is that what you want?
I don't know.
Is that the swag you're looking for since I'm your role model from high
No.
school?
Yeah. I'm just looking for a light skin to steal swag from.
Steal my swag.
Lip bite. That was a joke. I'm not looking for that. In case anybody's still listening, I'm not looking. Yeah.
We're on the hunt. Please send your job application to August's email.
Yeah, hit the email. Yeah. Looking for a role model.
Oh wait.
Looking for a swag mentor.
Oh yeah, the outro is
swag.
Do the right thing. Can you see that? I mean, like, do you have a stream pulled up?
There's like no text on this. It's like not useful. Whatever.
That's cool. I mean, it's just an outro pic, you know.
Next episode, Kayla at 7 on Tuesday, 7 Eastern, 5 Albuquerque.
Yes, sir.
Berlin time, 2 EST. Yeah. 6 hours ahead. So it'll be 3 in the morning, Berlin time. Yannick, what? Okay, Yannick was watching this. And I'm pretty sure Yannick's in Berlin, and Berlin is 6 hours ahead.
Yeah, he built different.
What?
Yeah,
Yannick.
I was wondering how you're gonna have him as a guest. Like, he never sleeps.
So, yeah.
I mean, we could just do it like earlier in the day. It's like not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You don't have school.
It can be a special
Wait, actually, never mind. I kind of don't get out of class until 3. I mean, 9's not late at all.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, 9's probably okay. I think European people might stay up later though. Don't they all take a nap?
All Europeans take a nap.
All Europeans take a nap. You're not really European if you don't take a nap. Have you picked up on any more slangs? Any?
Any more slang in New
New
York?
York slang vernacular.
Um, Vernac.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like I know a lot of New York or like slang, but I just don't use it. Cause a bunch of my okay, first off, like a bunch of my friends are just like white girls, so I can't be like, yo, I'm gonna whip out the glizzy on him because they're gonna be like, what is that? Or like if we're walking in the street, I'm gonna be like, yo, look at those pair of yadas. Like they're not gonna know what that means. So
Yeah.
it's like no,
Yeah. Yadas.
the yadas.
Yadas.
I do not own a pair of
Not the
yadas.
Yadas.
You don't
I'm a
know?
fake New York. I'm a fake New Yorker, honestly.
No, like you go to art school, it's the combat boots. And I know you own a pair.
True, I do own a pair, but the yadas are a classic too, though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's just like the New York staple. Like you have to have the Nupsy, the North Face Nupsy,
hmm
whatever color, and the yadas, and you
And
have to have
the fitted. You have to
the
have the
fit
fitted.
the fitted Yankee.
Mhm. Yeah.
In the summer, and in the summer you just taking off the Nupsy and it's a white beater with the jeans, the yadas, and the fitted, and I thought it.
Yep. How wouldn't your feet get so sweaty in those? Whatever.
De- Definitely,
None
but
of my
it's
business.
it's for the look. Like
Yeah.
you
Beauty
gotta go
takes
with the outfit.
sacrifice.
Exactly.
Okay, like what do you get dressed up for? Do you get dressed up for school? Like,
Now, honestly, yeah. On Zoom, like, but I'll be putting on outfits because I feel more productive when I wear clothes that are like if I'm in sweats and I'm lounging around all day, but I have to do work, I'm not getting the work done.
mhm.
So I have to like tighten up the waist and throw on a pair of jeans, and I'm like, okay, like I can get to crank time. But yeah, now it's like I'll literally dress up to go to like the supermarket just because I don't leave the house that much. So I'm like, I have to dress up anytime I can.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. But when the fits do come back, they're gonna come back full swinging. Like I'm prepared. Like I have the outfits in my mind, like ready for certain occasions when I do eventually get invited to them again.
Yeah, they're just gonna be rolling off the mental.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
I know.
bro. I got pink ambush dunks.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah. I like won a raffle. I'm gonna be so swag,
Bro, I got ambushed too.
but they're not dunks and they're not pink.
Bro, but they're Converse ambush.
They're not pink. The
But they're
pink
yeah,
is
I mean
the
they're black.
most important part.
Okay, well you have unless you buzz your hair and dye it pink, it's worthless.
You gotta have the pink like body thing to accessorize with. You gotta match the shoes to the hair.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Or get pink jewelry, but that's a little hard.
Pink diamonds.
Pink
Yeah,
diamond.
Oh yeah, a pink grill like just filled out.
yeah. A pink septum piercing. Sorry, mom. My mom said I can't get a septum piercing, so now like I want one.
What about nostril?
I don't know. I've like never really wanted nose piercings because I was like, it's just not me. But now my mom said I can't have a septum.
And you
So
So
want it
you
now.
I want it.
You
oh
want to be a
man.
rebel.
Yeah.
See,
Rebel.
here's the thing, right? With nose piercings, once you get, because my parents didn't want them like mine either, right? But
hmm
I said, screw it, like I still got mine. But the thing is, once you get one, you can't have it removed for like 6 months. And so I got one and sent it to my mom like immediately after, and she's like, what are you talking about? Like you have to take it out. And I'm like, I can't take it out for 6 months because the person told me. And she's like, okay. 6 months passed. She's like, I just don't care. So you have to
That's
lead
a
them into
finesse.
it. Yeah, exactly. You have to lead them into it. And so by the time it gets to the point where you can remove it and it's like safe, it's like they're so used to you wearing it.
Wait, does
Yeah.
it close up if you remove it? Or is that like any piercing? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll close up.
Oh
I don't
shit.
know how long it'll take.
Is it just like you can't remove it because like it'll get infected and then you can't and then you just like fuck yourself?
I I honestly have not really sure behind like the science behind like why. I just use that as like my excuse. Like that's literally what it was.
Mom, I'm sorry. The person said I can't remove it for 25 years.
Yeah. Also, like I'm being a bad influence, but with septum too, you
Mm.
just stick it up and like you hook it
Yeah.
inside like your nose, and so around parents they don't see, but you around the homies, it's coming down. You're letting it swang.
Yeah.
And it swang.
Letting my septum piercing hang. Letting it freaking dang. My dad's on this phone call. No, but like I
Your
think
dad is never gonna
I
let
don't
me
think your
call you
dad
again.
cares, bro. Does
Dad,
your dad
would you
care?
be mad at me if I got a septum piercing, or is it just mom? Like, do you share the opinion that I should not have a
We're
septum
still live, by the way. Your mom might be listening in. You never know.
piercing?
Oh my god. I know.
My mom should have thought about that before she told me. Like, she should have thought about my rebellious streak.
Bro. What is she gonna do? Just not, I don't know. I guess, yeah.
Disown you.
No, she's gonna make me take care of this house forever.
You're
I
just gonna have to
checked,
live there as a maid.
yeah, as like a house taker care. Yeah, a freaking maid. I checked the other day. There's nobody squatting in my parents' bedroom.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
I didn't see that. I didn't see anyone.
Y'all
you
got
check like
cameras?
everywhere.
I checked in the closet. I checked under the bed. That was like about it. The
Oh,
room's pretty open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should check again though. It's kind of dark. I'm not checking right now. Just in case. I'm
Yeah.
not checking.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
can stay up there one more night.
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, they don't make a mess. They're quiet. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
Exactly. All they're doing is paying, living rent free. That's all you
Yeah.
have to go and collect, honestly.
Like, maybe. I don't like, I'm not super in love with being a landlord.
Landlords are whack. Whack motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
No.
Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday, innit?
Tuesday, innit? Yeah.
Okay, Zanny, you're a jacket person. What's your favorite jacket right now?
My favorite jacket?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I have this nice, like, opening ceremony, like, track jacket. It's like a women's one.
Oh,
It's kind of
shit.
cropped, but it's like a nice yellow color. I like that.
That sounds hard as fuck.
Needs to go eat. What's okay? I'm trying to like become a Grail Goblin, but I'm like not good at this
Mhm.
shit. Do you have any
Yeah.
tips?
Yeah, my tip is to not become a Grail Goblin. Like that is the number one tip. Is that once you go down that rabbit hole, there's no coming back. Like okay,
But like I need
like
this
I'll be
jacket. I need it.
like I. Also like one thing, just like underbet people, like way under.